This is Rick with Armored Academy of Arizona. We're going to break down another round for some teachable moments to help either new people to the sport be able to understand what it is they're seeing, or if you are a fighter yourself, maybe you'll find some useful information in here for your own training. Today we got a 3-on-3. We have Jeremy, Daniel, Aaron, and over on the other team we've got Linus, Pike, and JR, and they're gonna hit it off here, so let's take a look. So here's our first teachable moment. We got Pike, who's hammering away at Daniel here, and it's just not doing anything. He's not setting up a throw, he's not injuring Daniel. So one thing to pay attention to in your own training is when you throw a strike of any kind, if it's not immediately getting a reaction out of the other guy, if they're not flinching, if they're not, if you don't hear them saying, like, ouch, then, maybe give up that particular line of attack, because it's costing you energy and oxygen, and it's not getting you anywhere. Let's see what happens next. Alright, right here is the next critical error. So you can see Daniel has moved from here around over here, and Pike has simply pivoted in place following him while hitting him. And what this has done is Pike's back is now to the field. Whenever someone has their back to the field, that person should feel very nervous, because at this point you're a gazelle and over here is a lion, and that lion is looking for an easy kill. So let's take a look. Boom. That's a good hockey check by Jeremy. Pike never saw it coming, didn't have an opportunity to defend. So let's back it up just a little bit and talk about what should Pike be doing here. So as soon as his back was facing the field, immediately he should know that this is dangerous. Anytime your back is to the field, things are dangerous, and you should be worried. It's not necessarily the kind of thing where you must have your back always to the rail. That's not what I'm saying, but if your back is to the field, you need to be nervous. You need to be checking over your shoulder every couple seconds. Just make sure that nobody's about to pile into you. And if you know somebody is to your back, which I guess I could say he should have known, right? So he knew that Jeremy was here, he knew Aaron was here, because the round just started, and so, in theory, he quote-unquote knew they were there, but it's pretty hard to, keep all that straight when you're under adrenaline. But at any rate, if you know there's people behind you now, you should try to get to the rail as quick as you can. Get your back to the rail. You don't necessarily have to get in a grapple. You could just get your back to the rail, see what's going on, maybe set up for the next thing. That didn't happen here, and so Jeremy got that good takedown there. So now we've got a 3-on-2. And now we've got a 1-on-1 here, a 1-on-1 here, and a guy not doing anything. He's just off to the side. So let's take a look. These two are fighting. You can see Aaron comes over. Didn't really get to engage. He got maybe one swing, and JR came over and checked him into that corner. That's good. That's a good play by JR. That's keeping his buddy safe, which is an important thing. You can see Daniel here has Linus's axe just absolutely locked down. He's got that thing a part of his body now. He's just really latched onto it. And that's good, especially in the beginning of a round. But no work's getting done here. If you watch their legs, what you will not see are any attempts for any trips. They're just dragging each other around. That's a big expenditure of energy. It's not putting anyone on the ground. It's not winning the fight. So grabbing this weapon is good, or was good, but there's a point where you need to move on to the next thing. You need to try a new trip. You need to maybe switch targets, go lock up with somebody else. Like maybe he should turn around and start trying to fight this guy and let this guy just sit on the rail. You know, something like that. But instead, what we see is he's hanging on and he's swinging with this little axe. Nothing's happening. Like we were saying with Pike earlier, you know, if your swings are not effective, if they're not doing anything, then you need to try something else, because it is very tiring to just swing. Still doing one-on-ones. Linus got his axe back. These two are locked up. Alright, so this is important. You can see Aaron got his weapon over the top of Linus's helmet right there. This is important because now Linus is effectively attached to Aaron. He's going to have to deal with that before he can do anything else. JR comes over to Daniel. He's trying to pull, nothing. But there was a great kick by JR. Let's take a look at it again. Didn't go far enough. Let's try that again. Alright. Boom. Excellent. Good chop kick right to the back of the leg. Took his balance out. Down he goes. Followed by a pretty good throw. You'll see him. He's got a good pivot, good turn throw. He is there, but you can see his feet are back here, and his opponent's feet are also back here. And it's okay to be foot to foot when you're standing up because you have the rest of your body over your feet, but once someone starts to fall, you need to move your feet in the direction of their head. And what that usually means is moving around them, because obviously you can't go straight over them or else you'll be walking on them, and that's not really going to work. So you go around and you keep your feet by their head, and so when they fall to the ground all the way, then they are, you are essentially bent over, touching your toes while they're on the ground all the way. So you simply stand back up and continue the fight. But if you keep your feet by their feet, they fall down, they're stretched out. You must also fall down and be stretched out if you're still attached to them. And that's what happened here. So let's go ahead and finish it out. You can see this weapon is still around Linus. He's still having to deal with it. You can see that he's grabbing the blade. Some folks in the Buhurt community will recognize that's only allowed in one league. The other leagues don't allow it if it's a sword. This is an exhibition match, so we're not going to get too particular. They're pulling. Linus is tired, and so they go together. So, here's the thing about when you have your weapon all the way around somebody's body. If they start to go down for whatever reason, you either have to let go of one side of that weapon and let them go, which they may recover and not fall down, or you go with them, and there's really no in between. Maybe if you were able to shuffle your feet around to their head, you could get there. But with a big weapon like that, it's probably pinned under his body. So even if you shuffle around to his head and you don't go down with him, you're still going to have to decide whether you're going to let that weapon go or you're going to, try to yank it out from underneath them. In this case, that would be okay because he's the last one, but if, say, they were the first ones to have a throw, in this round. The whole time he's trying to yank that thing out, he could be getting hammered on by an axe or something like that, so that's not ideal. So, long story short, I guess, you either got to let go of that weapon and just go get a new weapon at the end of the list, or you got to figure out how you're going to pull it out from under him. At any rate, anytime you end the round where everybody's down, no clear victor, in a real tournament, you got to refight that round, and that's exhausting. So try to stay on your feet when you get those throws. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of this round, found it useful. And if you're in the Phoenix area and you would like to try some Armored Combat, come train with us at Armored Academy of Arizona. Send us an email, message us, whatever, and we will get you training. Your first class is free, so come check it out. Thank you again, and everybody, enjoy the rest of your day.